Thank you for joining me for today's practice. Today we'll be going through a pretty relaxed, easy flow to help you unwind. Okay, so let's make a start in a comfortable seated position. Rest the hands on the legs and close down the eyes. And taking a few moments here, just make sure you feel comfortable, make any adjustments if you need to. We won't be here for too long, just the first couple of minutes. Settling into the breath, settling into the body. Allowing the face to be soft and the shoulders soft. And by bringing the attention to the breathing, the breath may naturally start to lengthen, and you can go with that. Allowing the hips to be heavy down to the mat, and then starting to lengthen up from the base of the spine. Right from the tailbone, through the sacrum, up through the lower back, the middle back, the upper back, the neck. And imagine the energy continuing up and out through the crown of the head. So the skull is floating on top of the spine. The energy is going up. And then also you're grounding down through the hips. Just following the breath for another few moments. And let's gently open the eyes. Release the hands down and make sure you have your right leg in front. So I'll be doing the opposite to what you're doing, but have the right leg in front, hands by your side onto the fingertips. Take an inhale to lengthen up through both sides of the waist, starting to really wake up the body. And then as you exhale, walking the hands forward out in front of you. And don't worry if you're not coming too far down, just to where feels good for you. Press down through the sitting bones, relax the shoulders away from the ears. Easy breath. And with each inhale, imagine that breath is filling the entire body. Trying to notice if there's any parts of the body that you don't feel as much as others. And that might be the middle back or the belly. Yeah, we're all different, so it will depend on you and even depends on the day sometimes. So just trying to bring a little bit of attention to any parts of the body that you can't sense as well. Take an inhale to walk the hands up halfway and then start to rotate around towards that right knee. Come up onto the fingertips, taking another inhale to lengthen out through both sides of the waist, and as you exhale, start to walk the hands forward once again. Press down through the left sitting bone here. Continue to relax the shoulders away from the ears. And then walk the hands back through center, and you might walk them forward just a little bit for this one more breath. And then let's walk the hands back upright. Taking the right hand down a little bit away from the hips, place the hand down and then take that left arm up and over. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Keep lengthening out through the left fingertips. If you have the space, you might come all the way down to the forearm, but really try to keep that left sitting bone down. And then turning the head to look up towards the ceiling, if that's okay on your neck. Feeling that opening all the way down from the left hip up through the side body and out through the fingertips. And on the next inhale, let's come back upright and swap the legs around. So bring your left leg in front, onto the fingertips. Inhale to lengthen up through both sides of the waist, and then exhale, starting to walk your hands forward. And when you notice that you've started to drift away and you're thinking about something, then bring your attention back to your breathing. So following the breath in and out through the nose. And then let's walk the hands up halfway, taking an inhale. Exhale to walk your hands around towards that left knee. Take another in-breath to lengthen out through both sides of the waist. And then as you exhale, walking the hands forward once again. Plant the hands down. Press back through that right sitting bone now. So we're opening up a little bit more through that right side waist by coming over towards the side. And then let's walk the hands back through center. You might be able to come a little bit further forward for this last breath. And then walking the hands back up. And taking the left hand now a little bit away from the side body. Plant the hand down. Reach that right arm up and over. Relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. Pressing down through that right hip bone, right sitting bone. If it's available, coming down to that left forearm, but remember to really try to keep that right sitting bone down. So if it's coming up, then just come back up onto the hand. And you might turn your head to look up towards the ceiling. Keeping the floating ribs softening in. So they often like to pop out, mine often do. Really trying to be mindful of that. And then let's take an inhale, come back upright. Let's come over the knees, coming onto all fours. Setting up the wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, pressing down through the shin bones. Think of a neutral spine, so energy out through the crown, not collapsing through the lower back to begin with. And taking a few cat-cows, so taking an arch as you inhale. Think about the arch happening more through the sternum, open through the collarbones, lifting the eyes slightly, and then exhale, keep pressing down through the shin bones as you curve the spine up towards the ceiling, really pressing through the middle part of the back, and then inhale. Open through the collarbones, finding the arch more through the sternum and the upper back if you can. And then exhale, curving through the spine. And we'll do a couple more like that. Just noticing how your spine's feeling today. Let's go one more. And then let's come back to our neutral spine. Keep the hips over the knees and then walk the hands forward. So we're coming into our happy puppy. Relaxing the forehead down. If you like to have your chin down, if that's available, then just go for that. Keep pressing down through the hands and imagine the armpits are trying to wrap to face one another, so there's a bit more external rotation through the shoulders there. Softening the floating ribs into the body. But keep lengthening out through both sides of the waist. And then let's take an inhale to come all the way down onto the belly. So making your way down. Feet hip distance apart. Start to lift the kneecaps off, so active through the legs. Tailbone reaching down in between the heels, and then open those hands wide, come onto the fingertips, and then taking an inhale, little cobra here. You can keep it quite small. We'll do 4 more. Inhale, try to keep lifting those kneecaps off as you lift up. You might start to come up a little bit higher with each one. Let's go, this is 3, inhaling, trying to lift the belly button away from the mat. And this is 4, shoulders away from the ears. And 1 more. Inhaling and exhaling. Bringing the hands underneath the shoulders, tucking the toes under, pressing yourself back into your down-facing dog. Hands shoulder distance apart and feet hip distance apart. I'm trying to line up that second toe with the middle of the heel. That gives you a parallel alignment. Keep actively pressing down through the hands, and for this first down facing dog you might want to pedal out through the feet or come up onto rise and lower. So anything that you like to do. Let's take a breath in stillness. Take one more inhale, and then as you exhale, start to walk the feet forward up towards the hands. Relax the head down, soften through the knees, and let's spinal roll all the way up to standing. Bringing the palms of the hands together in front of the chest. Keep the heels together, feet together. So finding your Tadasana. And close the eyes. Feel the energy drop down into the feet. So spreading into the soles of the feet. And then as you press down, imagine the energy lengthening up. And let's release the hands down by your side. Taking an inhale, palms facing forward, reach the arms up. Keep the tailbone dropping down as you lift the eyes towards the thumbs. And then exhale, lift through the belly as you fold forward into your Uttanasana. Relaxing the hands down, relax the head. Bend the knees here if you need to. Take an inhale, come into your halfway lift. Hands can stay on the mat or come to the shin bones. Exhale to fold. Bend the knees, stepping the right leg back, come down onto the right knee, release the toes. Sweep the arms up into your low lunge or Anjaneyasana, reaching the arms up. Pinky fingers reaching up, keep scooping up through the lower belly. Taking one more inhale, reach up. Exhale, circle the hands back behind you, interlacing the fingers behind the back. You're trying to press the heels of the hands together if that's available. Taking another inhale to lift the arms, lift through the sternum. If it's comfortable, you might let the head relax back a little bit. And then exhale, releasing the hands down by the front foot. Tuck the back toes under, stepping back into your down facing dog. Take an inhale to come forward into your plank. Crown of the head reaching forward. Exhale, coming down to the knees, shift the hips slightly back, and then bring the chest in between the hands. So we're coming into our knees, chest, chin. Release the belly down, release the toes. Draw those hands back so they're in line with the elbows. Lift the kneecaps off. Inhale, baby cobra, and exhale, release it down. Take the hands a bit further away from you, tuck the toes under, press back, down facing dog. Let's take 3 full breaths here. And just again noticing, is there anywhere in the body that you're not really feeling at the moment, that you're not sensing? You want to get a sense of the entire body at once. Let's take an inhale to extend that right leg up towards the ceiling, trying to keep the leg parallel, so right hip level with the left, and then as you exhale, bringing the knee in towards the chest and step it forward in between the hands. Coming down to the left knee, release the toes, sweeping the arms up into your low lunge. Little finger reaching up, taking another inhale, reach up through both sides of the waist. As you exhale, bring this right forearm down onto the right thigh, and then we're going to take this left arm up and over. Keep pressing down through that left knee. Soften the floating ribs in. Nice, easy breath. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. And then let's reach that right arm back up. Inhaling, exhaling, bringing that right, both hands down, tuck the back toes under, stepping the left foot forward, relax the head down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Sweeping the arms back up, inhaling. Drawing the quadriceps up as the tailbone drops down. And then exhale, let's fold down once again. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bending the knee, step that left leg back. Coming down to the left knee, release the toes. Sweeping the arms up into your low lunge. Can you keep scooping up through the lower belly? Take one more inhale. As you exhale, Circle the arms back. Try to interlace the hands the other way if you can. So often it's the less dominant way. Trying to press the heels, the hands together. Taking an inhale, lifting the arms, lift through the sternum. And then exhale, bringing the hands down by the front foot, tucking the back toes under, step back into your down facing dog. Inhale to come forward into your plank. Exhale, knees come down, shift the hips slightly back and then bring the chest in between the hands. Keep squeezing those elbows in and then release the belly, release the toes. Draw the hands back so they're in line with the elbows, kneecaps come off. Inhaling, baby cobra, and exhale, release it down. Hands come forward slightly, tuck the toes under, down facing dog. 3 breaths. Notice if you can press down into the hands and then draw the energy up through both sides of the waist. Let's take an inhale. Take that left leg up into your 3-legged dog, keeping the leg parallel. Exhale, knee to the chest, stepping it forward. Come down to the right knee, release the toes, reaching the arms up, coming into your low lunge. Taking one more inhale here, exhale, bringing that left forearm onto the thigh and then taking that right arm up and over. So we're coming into a side bend towards the left. Keep relaxing that right shoulder away from the ear. And depending on how tight you are in your right quadricep, hip flexor, lower back, this might feel quite intense, it might feel really good, and you might not feel too much if you're not too tight. And then let's reach this left arm up, inhaling, exhale, bringing the hands down, tuck the back toes under, stepping that right foot forward, folding down Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold. Sweeping the arms back up, inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, and let's release back to our Tadasana, arms down by your side, exhale. Bend the knees, sweeping the arms up into your Utkatasana. Arms can come up alongside the ears. We're just going to take one breath here, taking an inhale, lift up through the belly, and exhale, folding down, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold. Bend the knees, step the right leg back, stay on the ball of the right foot. Let's come up into crescent moon lunge. Reaching the arms up, keep bending to this front leg. Take this left hand onto the lower back or the back of the right thigh if you can, and keep reaching the right arm up and over, turning the head to look over towards the left. Try to engage that right glute a little bit more to lift the hip up, the right hip up. Easy breath. And then let's reach this left arm back up, inhaling, exhale, bringing the hands down, stepping back to down facing dog. Inhale to come forward into your plank. If you feel like you want to go work with Chaturanga and up faced dog, then feel free. Otherwise, I'm going to keep working down onto the knees. Bring the chest in between the hands. Release the belly down, release the toes. Draw those hands back, coming into your cobra. Inhale, and exhale, release it down. Tuck the toes under, press back to down facing dog. One breath now. Reaching that right leg up into your 3-legged dog. Inhale, exhale, stepping it forward in between the hands. Plant that left heel down, and then let's come up into our warrior 2. Shoulders staying over the hips. Press down through the outside edge of that left foot and then bend a bit more into that front leg. Turning the head to look over towards the right hand. We're trying to press the right knee back behind you. Trying to avoid that knee falling forward. Keep finding that bend every now and then. We tend to start to lift out. And let's turn that right palm to face the ceiling. Inhale, exhale, coming into your reverse warrior, very light with that left hand on the back leg. Taking one more inhale, and then exhale, cartwheel the hands down by the front foot. Come to the ball of the left foot. Now let's walk this right foot across towards the left and then bring this left knee forward. and sit the hips down. And if you've twisted around towards the side, just make sure that you've got the knees pointing towards the top end of the mat. Right ankle to the outside of that left knee. Hug the knee in towards the chest. Right hand behind you. Taking an inhale. And then as you exhale, start to twist to the right. Trying to find the twist more through the upper body if you can. So don't worry too much about turning through the neck. You can turn a little bit, but more through the upper body. And if you can, extend that right arm out, really reaching out through the fingertips. Take one more inhale through the left side of the body, seeing if you can bring it a bit more over towards the right as you exhale. And then let's return both hands back to the front. Walk the hands forward, step that left foot back, and then walk that right foot across. So you're coming into your sprinter's lunge once again. Inhale, and then stepping that left foot forward. Exhale, relax the head down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend through the knees, sweeping the arms up. Utkatasana, inhaling. And then exhale, straighten, and releasing the arms down into your Tadasana. Let's go again. Bend the knees, inhale. And exhale. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, step the left leg back. Coming into your crescent moon lunge. Reaching the arms up. Starting by bending through that front leg, engage that left glute to lift the hip up, and then bring that right hand onto the lower back or the back of that left thigh. And then starting to turn the shoulders to the right, reaching out through the left fingers. And once again, trying to think about the left side of the body turning to the right here. Trying to press the back of that left thigh up towards the ceiling. And then let's reach this right arm up. Inhale, exhale, bring the hands down. Step back into your down facing dog. Inhale to come forward into your plank. Your choice, chaturanga up dog or knees down, chest, chin. Release the belly, release the toes. Draw those hands back. Inhale, cobra. Exhale to release. Tuck the toes under, back into down facing dog. One breath. Reaching that left leg up into your three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale. Stepping it forward in between the hands. Come down to the right knee. Opening out into your warrior two. So nice and wide with the legs. Shoulders over the hips. Often we like to do this. Really try to keep the shoulders over the hips as much as you can. Hip bending into the front leg. And head can turn to look towards the left hand. Really use the breath here. Trying to feel the whole body. And let's turn that left palm up. Inhale. Exhale back into your reverse warrior. Very light with this right hand. You should be able to lift it off. Taking one more inhale. Exhale. Cartwheel the hands down by the front foot. Coming onto the ball, that right foot. And then walk that left foot across to the right and bring the right knee forward, sitting the hips down. And make sure that your knees are pointing towards the front of the mat. Left hand behind you, hugging that left knee in and starting to twist to the left. Really try to have both sitting bones down, so that left hip might want to lift off. Keep pressing it down. Really trying to find that twist through the upper body. And trying to keep the breath open. Often when we twist, the breath does become a bit restricted, but try to keep it open. And then if you'd like to extend that left arm out to the side. Taking one more inhale, lengthen up through both sides of the waist. As you exhale, see if there's any more twists. And then let's inhale back to center. Bring the hands down. Stepping back with that left foot. Walk this left foot across to the left and then stepping that right foot forward. Relax the head down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, sweeping up into your Utkatasana. Inhale. And then exhale to straighten, releasing the arms down. We're going to take the arms back up again, inhaling, looking towards the thumbs. Exhale, folding forward into your Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, step back into your down facing dog. And then take an inhale to come forward into your plank. Come down to the knees and lie all the way down onto your belly. Let's take the right arm out to the side. So right elbow a little bit higher than the shoulder or in line with the shoulder. Turn the head to the left, using your left hand to roll yourself over onto the right side of the body, and left foot can come over. You could stand down on that left foot or even stand all the way down. If that doesn't work for any reason, both legs can stay long or one knee in front. Once you've found your position, use your breath. And relax the shoulders away from the ears. It's such a beautiful opening for that right side of the chest, shoulder into the upper arm. And very gently keep scooping up through the lower belly as well, so we're not overarching into the back by taking this left leg back. Let's take 3 more full breaths here. Trying to allow that right shoulder to relax down towards the mat. And then gently releasing yourself over onto your belly. Let's take your time and be really mindful here. And that right shoulder joint's quite delicate. And we'll swap it over. So take the head to look over towards right, left arm up to your 90-degree angle. Using your right hand to roll yourself over, coming onto the ball of that right foot or standing down on it. Noticing the quality of your shoulders and chest. Not in a judgmental way. If you're feeling a bit tired, this can be very intense. But just with a sense of listening in, noticing how you are and how your body is. Three more full breaths here. And then inhale to roll back onto your belly. Gently releasing that left arm. Let's bring the forehead onto the hands just for a moment before we go on, so allowing the shoulders to completely relax. And then you can continue to keep your forehead on your hands and then bring onto your left hand, and then bring the right foot in towards the bottom. Reach back with that right hand and bring the foot in towards you. And then from here, to be a little bit more active, start to reach the tailbone towards the inside of that left foot and drawing the navel away from the mat. It won't lift off the mat probably, but just using that internal action to help open up the front of that right leg and that right hip flexor and quadricep. And taking one more breath here. And let's release that right foot down and we'll swap it over. So resting the head on the right hand, bend the left foot in towards you, taking hold of that left foot, bringing it in. Trying to release that left foot in towards the bottom as much as you can. And then starting to reach the tailbone towards the inside of that right foot, and navel trying to lift off the mat. Last couple of breaths. And let's release that left leg down. Both hands underneath the shoulders, pressing yourself back into child's pose. Knees together, feet together. Forehead down, arms down by your side. Allowing the shoulders to be heavy, that sense of draping downwards towards the mat. You might want to close your eyes for these last few breaths. Bringing the hands underneath the shoulders, make your way up to a seated position and sit over to one side. Extend the legs out in front of you, coming down your mat so you've got enough space to roll all the way down onto your back for your Shavasana. And make sure you feel comfortable and take your time. If you are feeling cold, then make sure you pop on a jumper or have a blanket on top of you. And take those arms a little bit further away from the body, palms facing up. Closing the eyes. And with each exhale, allowing the body to soften. Completely surrendering the weight of the body. And last time, just noticing if there's anywhere in the body that you're not really noticing so much. And sometimes there's little blind spots in the body. Back of the neck, backs of the legs, the ankles. Trying to take a mental snapshot of the entire body all together. And then allowing yourself to come to complete rest for the next few minutes. And feeling free to stay here for as long as you need to. Thank you for practicing today. Namaste.